Hi followers of my channel, my name is Marina and today I wanted to talk to you about the ingredients of different perfumes, the most modern ingredients which are used most frequently lately by designers and by famous perfumists. The first ingredient I wanted to talk to you was the Tonka Bean, which is a seed like an almond, but it is like a bittersweet. It has a vanilla touch, a vanilla smell. It's a little bit metallic, but it is creamy, sweet, addictive. I love this ingredient and it's very sensual. You can find it in perfumes such as Armani Code, Profumo for men, or in Lavender, which is one of the best sellers of Lancôme. The Tonka Bean is unique. As I told you, balsamic, creamy, delicious. In my opinion, it smells as chocolate, you know. Then we have the saffron, which is the pistil of a flower, which is a very expensive ingredient. Very, very expensive, earthy and bittersweet at the same time. Animalic, sweet, sophisticated, and you can find this ingredient, which is a spice, of course, in the Polo Red for men, or in many other perfumes for men. And now I will talk to you about the gray amber, which is a very expensive ingredient, and the process to get this ingredient is very expensive because it comes from the whale. Whales eat a special plankton that produces a reaction in the whales that they have to throw up. In this substance they throw up is a gray substance. This is why it is called amber gray amber. And this substance that floats on at the sea, mixed up with the salty water and the sand, that combination that dries forms the ingredient, which is then collected by perfumists and used, giving an aquatic, animalic note. For example, it is used in the Blue Amber by Montal. I don't have this perfume. It is a very expensive perfume, but this perfume has the real gray amber. As other designers could not buy this, or didn't want to buy this substance in order to not to put our prices so high, they have produced laboratory gray amber, and it is called Ambroxane. The Ambroxane is present in many perfumes for men and also in some perfumes for women. For example, Ambroxane is present in the Sea Intense by Armani. It's also present in Dior Sauvage, which is very sensual, you know, and it is also present in Versace Dylan Blue, for example. This Ambroxane is a little more sparkling, maybe a little more sparkling than the real gray amber. It's a little more marine, aquatic, and has a touch of wood that the other gray amber does not have. It's a little more aldehydic also, but it is delicious and it is becoming very popular in perfumes such as Dior Sauvage, you know. Another ingredient I wanted to talk to you was Vetiver. The Vetiver is, like grass, recently cut grass. It gives the perfumes a green touch, earthy, humid, smoky. It's like when you smell the root of a tree, you know. At the same time, it's a little bit spicy. In some perfumes, it is highly spicy. You can find this perfume in Vetiver by Guerlain. For example, there are many perfumes that has only this note as the predominant note. In in my opinion, for my skin is not a good ingredient because sometimes when I use perfumes with Vetiver, I have to be very careful because I can smell as a horse eating, you know, eating. I don't know how to express it, but I smell like a horse, you know, a horse eating in the countryside. No, I have to be careful. To be sincere, I have to be careful with the Vetiver. But it smells delicious for many people. Then another ingredient which is very common is the sandal. The sandal is a very subtle wood. It's warmy, creamy. It goes well with flowers and also some wood. And you can find sandal in many perfumes for women and for men. For men, they generally use it combined with or mixed up with cedar, and sandal is mixed with cedar and patchouli generally. You can find sandal in Monger Lane for women, for example, and in many perfumes for men. Then we have the cedar, as I told you. The cedar is a very masculine smell, wood that smells masculine. It's aromatic. At the same time, it's sparkling, and I love this touch in women's perfume. For example, it is present in the Trassoir Midnight Rosé, and they always say that it's cedar from Virginia. In the best perfumes, when I read this ingredient, and this ingredient is considered important, it says it's cedar from Virginia. I suppose that in Virginia they have the best cedars all over the world. And then I have Agatha Ruiz de la Prada, I have it over there. It's another perfume that has the drops of color by Agatha Ruiz de la Prada has this cedar also. There is another ingredient I wanted to talk about, which is becoming very popular, is the bamboo. Bamboo it gives perfumes a woody green touch with a very floral, sweet, slightly sweet touches. In Adolfo Dominguez, you can find Adolfo Dominguez Bamboo for Men. You can find it, and here I have Bamboo for Women by Adolfo Dominguez. It's really delicious, really, really delicious. Wow, I found it by chance there. Now I will use my glasses and my notes because there are many other ingredients. I don't want to forget anyone. And I wanted to talk to you about oud. The oud is, seeds from a tree collected from Africa or from the Amazonia. And oud is like bittersweet almonds, you know. The wood is produced when they infect a tree with fungus, and the tree reacts and produces this substance. This substance is extremely expensive, you know, but it gives perfumes a very spicy touch, a delicious woody touch, spicy, bitter, as I told you, in smoky at the same time, and oriental at the same time. It depends on how it is used. The wood can change the fragrance. I love wood combined with flowers, with roses, mature roses, for example. In my last video, I have shown you the oud attar, oud and roses attar, and in that case, I love the wood. Tom Ford uses lots of perfumes, has a lot of perfumes with oud, and also Gucci wood is very popular and very expensive. It depends on how it is combined. Wood can smell different, you know. Another ingredient I wanted to talk to you is honey and propolis. Both are produced by honeys, by bees, of course, and different kinds of honey, crystal honey, dark honey. They all smell different, and give a different touch to the perfumes. I love perfumes for men and for women who have honey. For example, Amen for men by Mugler, or Angel for women. Wow, I love the touch of honey in my perfumes. Scandal also. They are excellent perfumes with honey. A lot of it. It gives a very sensual, hyper sweet touch to perfumes, but it is extremely sensual because it is floral, but at the same time aromatic. Honey is special. Then I wanted to talk to you about the nutmeg. Well, if you grate a nutmeg to cook in your house, you will know how it smells. It smells like that in perfumes. It is very spicy. It smells as pepper, It's very aromatic, it's very spicy, but at the same time it gives a dry touch to the perfumes. It's a woody, dry touch that the nutmeg gives to perfumes. Then the ginger, which is very common. Ginger is very common in all the perfumes for men, combined with other ingredients like cardamom and cinnamon. The ginger is spicy, green. It goes well with woods, with citrics, or with sweet notes. The ginger goes well with everything, I like it a lot. You can find ginger in Asaro Wanted or the Toilette. It is really delicious, and you can find it in that perfume. It's a predominant accord in that perfume. Then talking about the cinnamon is well, you can buy cinnamon, if you live in the United States, you can smell a pretzel, with cinnamon and sugar. Cinnamon is sweet, at the same time it's spicy. A little spicy, and it's a little woody. Asaro Wanted by Night has this ingredient as one of the predominant ingredients. The cinnamon gives this sophisticated touch to perfumes, and it helps them to become darker and more colored and more cozy, and more creamy. When I think about cinnamon, I think about Christmas in the United States, or white Christmas in cold countries. And this is the smell of Christmas, but in perfumes combined with apples. It's really delicious. There are many perfumes in Natura, like Natura Dual, and many others which have cinnamon. And there are many others designer perfumes for women and for men who have cinnamon. Then talking about the cardamom, it's an oriental spice which is very powdery, fresh, and you can find this ingredient in La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. This has a little touch of mint. It is very addictive, it is delicious, totally modern and complex. And then another ingredient I love in perfumes lately is tobacco, because tobacco does not smell as tobacco. It smells as cherries, It smells as dry leaves. It's very particular. It's creamy. Tobacco is colored creamy. It's like maple syrup, and you can find this ingredient in many perfumes for men. For example, in the one for men, Dolce & Gabbana, the one for men, you can find it in L'Homme, Ideal L'Homme by Guerlain for men, Ideal Extreme for men, by Guerlain. It's a very delicious ingredient to be found, to be put in perfumes for men and for women. Then we have the roses, which are different. If we talk about roses, we can talk about rose buds, or we can talk about mature roses. Mature roses are generally mixed up with wood and spices. The rose buds are generally used for the opening notes of floral perfumes, floral citric perfumes. Wow, I forgot to talk to you about lavender. Lavender is, a flower I have in my house. Everywhere I can put lavender, I put lavender because it's delicious. And in the perfumes, the lavender mixed up with other ingredients gives perfumes. For example, is present in almost all the fougere perfumes and the chypre perfumes for men. It gives a green, earthy, aquatic note to perfumes. It gives a very special touch to all the perfumes. I love lavender in perfumes. And some people say it's very relaxing. It changes my mood, It's very sparkling, very, very special. Then we have the iris, which is another flower that gives a sweet, earthy, creamy touch to perfumes. It's like our makeup smell, but it is commonly used lately for perfumes for men. For example, in Dior Homme, you can find iris, and it is delicious. And then in La Vie Belle, you can find also in La Vie Belle by Lancôme for women, you can find iris. Pardon, I'm trying to remember. And then we can talk about grapefruit. Grapefruit, wow, you can smell the grapefruit as you can smell a lemon. The grapefruit is a little bit sweet, but is acid, juicy, citric, and aromatic, and sparkling. You can find this ingredient in many perfumes, such as in Dior Homme Sport, for example. And it's very special. I love the smell of grapefruit because it gives the perfumes a very nice touch. Citric, acid, but a little bit sweet. It's a delicious combination for the opening notes, for the top notes of perfumes. I love them. I was forgetting to. I forgot to talk to you about praline. Praline is common in many perfumes nowadays, such as in La Nuit Trésor by Lancôme and many others. And praline is becoming very popular nowadays. It makes perfumes very sweet, of course, and everybody knows how praline smells. I like praline, but not in excess. In excess, I don't like this ingredient. Well, as everything in excess is bad, I consider that there are some of these ingredients I have mentioned that have to be used very carefully by perfumists, because if they are used in excess, they are not good. They don't smell well. In our next video, I will talk to you about how to keep your perfumes in order not to ruin them. And I will also talk to you about some other things you have asked me about perfumes. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Pardon, because I had to read, but I wanted to mention all the notes, and I didn't want to forget anyone, and I needed some help. But you had the opportunity to see my eyes with glasses, as a teacher. Give me a hand up if you like the video, and see you soon with the next idea. Subscribe, please. Bye bye.